Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Last time we explored the gullet a little bit more. We helped Biha and her children to escape the gullet, and we met Dario, the ominous leader behind all the black market dealings down in the gullet, and he gave us a mission to steal the Ocarina of Water, as I call it, out of a house. We will do all that, but we then went into the district called the Brass Citadel, and now this is what I want to explore first today. So let's do so. Okay.
What is your business at the Brass Citadel?
Just looking around.
You're the Watcher. The one who nearly caused a riot in Queensbirth.
His mouth quirks in a grin. Oh,
Grand
yeah, we did
Secretary
that.
Sura wants to meet you. His office is on the lower level of Imperial Command. Up the stairs.
Okay.
Once you're inside, go downstairs through the room on the right.
Is he in
Hazanui
charge?
Karu is the ultimate authority in the Brass Citadel.
He crosses his arms over his chest and
But
salutes.
she must endure the sops at the palace.
He rolls his eyes.
When she returns, I'm sure she will grant you an audience. For now, Atsura Nui speaks with her voice.
Okay, so when we came here, we had a little scene on the docks.
Coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
You want to see our walls, our cannons, our powder house. You must
Oh,
think
yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Back, you got one thing right.
Okay. Can we help? A well-dressed valiant and a young but determined guard are arguing by the gate.
The Royale Deadfire Company is a trading company, is it not? And you are on Kahanga soil. You cannot turn me away.
The valiant words only anger the guard further. Her face darkens and she grits her pointed teeth.
The Brass Citadel and the Royal Deadfire Company operate under the auspices of the Ranga Nui of Rawatai.
She straightens her shoulders and crosses her forearms over her chest in a stiff salute.
We answer to him, not to you. And certainly not to some tribal queen of Nekataka.
Let's take a deep breath. I'm sure we can work it out.
Oh, you're one of those.
Sure.
These Valians are always sending their spies to snoop around, and I won't have it.
The guard glares at the merchant even as she speaks to you. The merchant rolls her
And
eyes.
these Rawataians think they own anything they stack two stones on top of. I am here to conduct business, not engage in petty power struggles.
Let the merchant
What?
pass.
She's up to no good, I know it.
Yeah, so have her followed and see where she goes and whom she meets. The guard nods at you, her eyes wide and knowing. She clears her throat and turns to the merchant with a deliberate, menacing scowl.
You may pass. Just stay out of trouble. Understand?
Aggressive, my friend.
So I think doing that we're on the safe side. We help the merchant, and if it turns out that the merchant really had
Ahoy,
some...
Captain. If I could bend your ear a moment, I'll be aiming to thank you for bringing me aboard.
Okay. A third hand at his belly and one heel out, he bows deeply and a drooping ear almost touching the ground.
You run a tight shop, and you ain't no terrible person either. It'd be a welcome change from the gentleman of leisure.
Tell me about the gentleman of leisure.
The gentleman is only the finest ship among the Principi, and Captain Ferrante our most respected shipmaster. It were 2 honors and a half to be chosen to join his crew.
I detect a button there.
Aye, you ain't wrong. Joining the gentleman meant leaving the sorcerer, leaving the only family I've ever known.
Family?
I never knew no kin till the sorcerer. They be my salt family. And to me, that'd be better far than blood.
Why were you willing to leave that crew to join
Now
mine?
don't sell yourself a Suole short cap, nor me neither. I know an opportunity when I board it.
He chuckles.
I'd seen what there were to be seen upon the gentlemen, learn what ropes were to be learned. Methinks a watcher after a dead god'll thrust me into an whole new set of eye openings.
Okay.
And believe you me, I do appreciate myself a good thrust.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you're with me. I like Seraphim.
Gift for you. This trinket be from one of the first ships I hunted. Malnage would have snatched it had I not found a perfect hiding spot.
Thank you for the gift.
You be entirely welcome. Now, if you'll pardon me, I've roundabout reached my limit for sentiment.
Okay, nice. Okay, let's check out the Brass Citadel. So we have to meet with the commander guy. Imperial Command. Oh, that's upstairs. Let's do that right away before we get in trouble. I mean, we will get in trouble, right? Like, it's
Green
us.
Islands
It's what we
and
do.
blue skies.
The locals don't know how good they have it.
Okay. Let's enter Imperial Command. I completely forgot the direction that the guy gave us on where the guy is that we have to talk to. I forgot everything. Names, directions. But we'll find a way. Pretty nice looking in here. The Brass Citadel. Do we have sparring room? Hazanui's quartermaster stairs down. Can we open here? What's going on here? The weapon master. Can we talk to the weapon master? Nope. Okay, yeah, that is the overall leader.
I'll take care of this.
There's the quartermaster. A young woman with a bright white smile and eyes to match raises her hand and gives you a quick but enthusiastic wave. Then, with an exaggerated look of embarrassment, she stops herself and crosses her forearms over her chest.
I always forget that part. Say, you're the Watcher of Cadnua, aren't you? I've never met anyone famous before. Except the Hazanui. She yells at me sometimes.
Her grin whines impossibly. Ah, the Hazanui yells at you?
Oh, all the time.
She screws her face up into a look of mock seriousness. Still, she can't keep from smiling.
Where's my white leaf? Stop daydreaming. Sabormi, if you lose the ledgers again, I'll have you clean the latrines.
At this last comment, she leans closer, her eyes wide and voice low with awe.
All this time, I didn't realize she knew my name.
Are you always this excitable?
It's just, this is my first time away from the rough country.
An affectionate Rotine term for their homeland. Okay.
I'd heard there were thick, green forests and sandy beaches without a storm in sight, but I never imagined this. You must have traveled lots, seen all sorts of amazing places.
Sabormi folds her hands under her chin, watching you intently. And had adventures you wouldn't believe. See the world, Sabormi. Travel is grand.
I sure hope to. I'd love Rawatai, but it's hard to go a week without seeing storms, or hearing about mudslides burying a village somewhere.
Her buoyant expression sags, but only for a moment. You're the quartermaster. Can you tell me something? Her face scrunches up in disappointment.
I really wish I could, but my supplies are for the Royal Deadfire Company and our allies. Hazanui's orders. Maybe if you impress her or Atsura, they could make an exception.
Okay. Thank you. I like her. So we have to go lower Imperial Command. That part I remember. Can I just go through here? Okay. Don't want to accidentally cause an issue by just trespassing.
Did you see those awful verses by the kitchen?
Okay. Atsura's office. It's just up. Barracks. Kitchen. Exit. Jail.
Hazenui
Okay.
with kablooey?
I can't think of
What?
anything else that goes with Hazanui.
I mean, Kablooey is pretty
Me
good.
neither. That's why I leave epics to the lore college.
Criticism is easier than creation.
Guard. Going on in the kitchen. Do we have a chef here? Does not appear that way. We haven't picked up a pet in a long time. I want to grow my little zoo. Someone in the barracks? Oh, here? Hello? Oh yeah, there is someone. So I can't just steal, which is unfortunate, but...
That's unusual. I'll see what I can find.
Let's wait. Might have enough time to quickly grab this. Ooh. Not sure if we have to wait all to... Ooh, quickly. Ruby. All is fine. Nobody got anything stolen from. Like, everything is fine. I mean, who hides a ruby underneath a pillar? But we got that. Nice little stealing action. A jailer. Can we talk to him? Nope. What else here? Not at the moment. Okay. Let's talk. What's this? Food stain tally sheets tucked beneath the battlefield model suggest it's been used for recreational purposes. Okay. So it's a tactical map. They also use for eating sometimes.
I'll handle this.
Okay. Atsura. We're supposed to talk to her. To him. The man behind the desk regards you with attentive, unblinking eyes and a perfect open expression. His smooth features make it hard to pinpoint his age, though the crinkles at the corners of his eyes suggest he is not especially young. He cocks his head, taking your measure. He pauses before speaking, just a little longer than seems normal. When he finally does, he crosses his forearms over his chest and gives you a slow, exquisitely courteous nod. The whole gesture is so perfectly choreographed that it seems he must have practiced it many times.
Watcher Nui, the Lady of Cadnua.
He gives you a sleek half smile that reveals a row of perfect pointed teeth. In his careful stare and the pause before he speaks, he recognizes that he's studying you.
I'm not one for ostentation, but your remarkable display at Queen's birth suggests that you are an individual with skills, not mere style.
I think I've got plenty of both.
So I see.
He laughs. His eyes shine with interest. He blinks, perhaps for the first time since your conversation began.
I am Atsura, Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company.
It sounds like a significant title, but he is strangely emotionless. He might as well be describing the color of his clothing. What's your business here?
Roleplay has long maintained trade interests in the region.
He gives you that unusually placid smile again.
While our homeland is rich in saltpeter, the violent climate and rocky soils make it a poor source for most other basic staples. It's my business to look after the mainland's interests here.
He spreads his hand wide to include his rather plain dim office. Do those interests include luminous Ardra?
That is a Valian frivolity. Leave it to them to observe a substance that occurs nowhere else on Aora, and immediately set about pulverizing it for profit.
A ripple of distaste passes over his features. And what would you do with it?
Nothing. We know too little about luminous Ardra to understand the consequences of ripping it out.
That's a very good point. He pauses and considers.
Perhaps you can help me keep them from doing more harm.
So what do you have in mind?
The demand for luminous Ardra has sent the Valian Trading Company into a frenzy. Their expeditions grow too bold, and their officers too greedy.
He puckers his lips as though at a lack of discretion at a dinner party.
Worse, their rapid expansion attracts pirates and threatens the outlying Juana tribes. This risks souring the Kahanga royals against all foreign involvement.
He inkles his head like he's about to let you in on a secret.
But you can curtail their growth.
This isn't about the welfare of the Deadfire. This is about them outpacing you.
By snapping up land we need to grow food and build ships for our people? Indeed. But our interests and Deadfire's are not mutually exclusive.
He interlaces his long, well-manicured fingers.
The Valians have sent an expedition to Pococahara, a storm-wrecked island believed to house a vein of luminous. I hear you accomplished an incredible feat in restoring the luminous Ardra near Port Mage.
He appraises you again with those unblinking eyes.
If your abilities allow you to do that, then perhaps you are also capable of the opposite. Find the luminous Ardra at Pococahara. Render it unusable to the Valians.
Interesting.
This should encourage them to develop the resources they have, rather than reaching for more.
I thought you were concerned about disturbing luminous Ardra.
Deeply.
He furrows his brow, frowning deeply. Abruptly his expression clears.
But if a small sacrifice here will discourage the Valians from further ventures, then it is a worthwhile risk.
What's to say I don't tell the Valians about it?
For all their faults, they don't lack imagination. I'm confident they know of our intentions.
And why would I help you?
There is no need to be coy. I can see you considering the angles. I respect that.
He nods at you the way he might at an opponent over a game of Hajatoa.
Roleplay is a mighty and wealthy nation, and with trouble brewing in the Deadfire, you'll find it useful to have an ally that is both.
I see. Well, we'll see about it.
Deadfire is a tumultuous place. Consider the value of an ally with ships, cannons, and the backing of a great empire.
He gives you a soothing smile.
I do not have the precise location of Pococahara, but the tribe on the nearby island of Tikawara could probably help. I suggest starting there.
He circles a small, out-of-the-way island on your map.
Now, what else can I do for you?
What exactly is the Brass Citadel? He hesitates, looking at you as if the answer is obvious.
It's a trading post, of course.
Your trading post has high walls, cannons, and guard towers.
Anything worth building is worth protecting.
Okay. You seem different from the rest of the Royal Deadfire company.
How do you mean that?
You're a soldier, you're hard to read. Come on, you know exactly what I mean. You're hard to read.
It comes from years of practice. It's the only way I've learned to beat Karanui at Azatoa.
Okay. So, he wants us to work against the Valiants. And we had a few instances where it was touched upon that obviously there's this rivalry going on between the Royal Deadfire Company and the Valiant Empire, both trying to use the region. And then you have the regional tribes. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not quite sure for whom I will work, if for any. Maybe I will stay neutral. We'll just see how it goes and what makes the most sense for our characters. But now let's explore the Brass Citadel a little bit more.
Why does your Ronga
So,
carve his name into a...
Does Gilded Vale still reek of spoiled grain and burnt stew?
Wouldn't know. Decided to go places where I could be of more use.
I didn't realize farmers were in such short supply in the Deerwood.
Sword held
That really all you think I can do?
battle for
Oh, I meant no offense. You know how to handle a tankard as
Faithfully
well.
done, Emiani. Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper.
It looked like an initiation ritual. Let's go inside here, check if there's something. So that is the local tavern.
Meet her eye when you've got bad news. She respects that.
I don't think she likes me.
If this
I
is about
spent
the
most of my career
Azatoa tournament,
escorting
I've
foreign
got
ships.
nothing to do with that, alright? I just serve the drinks.
He holds up his hand with the exhausted resignation of a man who's made his case many times. What's this about Hazatoa?
Some of the soldiers and sailors get to making unwise bets when they play.
He rolls his eyes.
Like I said, I keep out of it. None of the regulars are looking for new opponents, though, if that's what you're asking. All the better for you, trust me.
Why do you work for the Royal Deadfire Company?
They always pay on time. They're run by the Ronganui, so they should, right?
He grins.
Also, I'm from a town near Tekoa. Rautai's full of all kinds of kith, not just Amawa. But the Amawa have a long history at sea. They make up a lot of sailors and soldiers, including most of the ones that ended up here.
He nods vaguely at the bar.
Sorry, I'm really only supposed to sell to captains working for the Royal Deadfire Company.
Okay, fine. Then I'll leave your ugly little tavern. Good day, sir. So, let's see if there's anything else going on.
Pupper.
Yuto's Gunsmithy. We're already full of that, but never hurt to check. Yeah, let's check this out. A gunsmith. There's Yuto. Apprentice gunsmith. Okay. Let's talk to him. The man greets you with arms crossed over his chest. He has a mass of scar tissue where his left eye would be, and his hands are knotted with bulging tendons.
Looking for a pistol or an arquebus? Rawatai makes the finest guns in Aora, and I make the finest guns in Rawatai.
What makes your gun so special?
Craftsmanship.
He holds out his knotted hands, keeping them entirely still as he speaks to you. They are covered in small burns and scars that blur the varied pigmentation of his skin.
If you ask my superiors at Imperial Command, they'll tell you our main exports are saltpeter and metal. Those are just things. They're prized because of what we do with them.
He reaches under the counter and presents a blunderbuss, holding it out for your inspection with his ever-steady hands. It's a high-quality piece.
Rawataian industry is about discipline, precision, mastery of a careful art. Those qualities guide all that we build.
He puts the blunderbuss away. Okay, let's see what he has. Can also sell some stuff. Done that in a while. So let's see. Normal swords, normal shield can go. And we have a few normal clothes and armor pieces. This one is special. Oh, that's Seraphins, yeah. Don't want to sell that. Cypher's Shackle. Don't get rid of that. Coral Snuff. Could be useful. Lots of cats. We're not selling our pets, though. Can sell some books. Okay. Will give us a little bit of money, but oof, Dragon's Dowry. That's probably the arquebus he showed us. That is very expensive. Yeah. Let's just get rid of the stuff that we have. Let's go back to the docks. Cannons. Old peddler. Orlan peddler. Okay. See if they have something to say.
Hello there. Say, you look like you're a long way from home.
True. She smiles amably.
I've got all sorts of goods and supplies. Take a look before you head back out.
Why are you working at a Rotanian outpost?
Because I'm from Rawatai. Or, to be more specific, my ancestral home's been part of the Empire for decades. Few generations now.
And that doesn't bother you? She glances around to see if anyone is in earshot.
I guess it used to. When I was younger, I grew up hearing stories of the time before from my grandparents. But they were children themselves when Rawatai took over.
She frowns at you thoughtfully.
Some wax romantic about the old days. Anyways, I'm just trying to make a living. That's why I'm here, after all.
What's it like living on a Rawataian rule?
I don't know. I never known anything else. We've got the Rawataians' fancy new irrigation canals now, and the roads have gotten better. The ones leading into Tekoa, anyhow.
She pauses, lost in thought, and smirks.
Funny thing is, the further you go on them, the nicer everything gets, and the more it all looks like this.
She nods at the stone walls and towers. How did your homeland become part of Rawatai?
The usual way, I guess. Their soldiers beat ours.
She shrugs.
That's a better subject.
Okay.
Take a look.
Let's see. Gauntlets of Ogre Might. Okay. Region Ring. Charm Bones. Okay. Well, for now I will... Oh. Fleet Masters. Oh, there's another one. A Mani.
Come to gawk, too? My punishment's over, you know.
Oh, that was punishment. I thought maybe it's like a initiation ritual. She looks away and crosses her arms carefully to hide her burned hands. Why were you holding a red-hot cannonball? She glances back at you. Look at defiance in her eyes.
I punched my captain.
Okay. It's as if the mere mention of the incident takes her back to it. Her face darkens with anger and a bitter snarl transforms her features.
So maybe he shouldn't have insulted my aim. Like I don't know the difference between a smooth and rifled bore.
She shakes her head, quietly stewing. What are you going to do now?
I'm not reporting back to Wakoyo, that's for sure. I crewed on mercenary ships before this. Come to think of it, that suited me better.
She grins impishly.
Still a scramble-root at heart, I guess. But I'm plenty experienced. Maybe I'll see if anyone's looking for an expert cannoneer.
Well, I could use an experienced cannoneer on my crew. She looks you up and down, considering your offer.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I only crew with captains I know. Either personally or by reputation. I'm sure you're capable. But I don't know enough about you. Yet.
Her eyebrows quirks up in hopeful suggestion.
Let's talk again when you've made a name for yourself.
Okay, so we have to have a little bit of higher reputation. Fine. Bodyguards. Fleet Master Vakoyo. Let's talk to him.
Clear skies, my friend.
Vakoyo crosses his arms and tips his head to the side. A long scar traces a path down his face, curving sharply where his cheek rises with a smile. Naya, Captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I know of you already, Captain.
Thank you.
The boats of our decorated armada have orders which spread them thinly across the archipelago. Rawatai finds itself in need of a privateer.
His brow rises as he speaks
Your
the word.
ship, unmoored from Deadfire politics, is an asset I would grasp with both hands. An arrangement can help us both. You will empty the seas of competition in exchange for profit.
Aren't you afraid that privateering will start a war?
An official reckoning is drafted to account for every cannonball shot in the name of Rawatai. Our paperwork is most thorough. For every ship sunk, there is a legal justification. Our enemies will know the war is started on the day we fail to turn in our paperwork.
What bounties do you have
A
available?
Scylla wave skipper is your first target. A pirate shirking any pretense of lawful conduct in the open seas.
Vakoyo grimaces and itches at his scar. I'll take the bounty.
Most excellent. A Scylla commands the Voyager River Dragon, which pesters a group of islands to the southwest of Port Mage.
Okay.
Ask away, my privateer. I would not have you take to the water uninformed.
Vakoyo nods and plants his hands on his hips. Okay. Nothing else to say, so we get ship bounties from him. Which is fine. Always good to have. Okay, let's look around
I
a
don't
little
know
bit
how
more.
you and the Watchers sleep, carrying all those souls around.
Some nights it's the lantern that lulls me to sleep. It pulses like a heart in my hand.
If you find that comforting, then I'm glad for you.
Plus 20 health reserve per kill. That's pretty good. Let's equip the cat. I don't even know what to do with all the pets. Okay, let's take this. So here we have the Powder House. And there we go to the Sacred Stair, which is another area of the city. Powder House Guard. Can we enter or let's ask first.
I'm sorry, but this area is strictly off limits.
Young guard draws himself up to his full height, crossing his arm. What is this place?
Private property of the Royal Deadfire Company, that's what.
Can I just look around
Sorry,
inside?
my orders come from the Hazanui herself.
Okay. Well, not cause any trouble this time, and make our way towards the Sacred Stair. Off to the next part of Nikotaka. So let's see what this part of town is all about. Okay.
My Seraphin, is there anything you have a hard time with, aside from humility?
I reckon I'll be half handsy at most things, more so all things piratical.
If only we were all as confident in real skills as you are in imagined ones.
You'd be right surprised how far confidence will take you, lad. Well, you'd have to give it a try.
Okay, what do we have here? Temple of Magran. Temple of... Oh, here are all the temples. Sepulchres, Merchant, Spire of the Soul Seers, North, Merchant, Temple of Gone. That is where Shodi wants to go. So we will explore this temple area next time in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give it the video as a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot and keeps content going towards you more often, more frequently, and hopefully better even. So I will be back with more Pillars of Eternity 2 and this part of town next time, and that will be very soon. Until then, have a great time.